Welcome to the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft. We are joined by some interesting characters here. We're going to get to our analysts in a second. Greg Horn is just pulling an all-nighter with me at this point. Back-to-back drafts for the Legacy League's GOAT, Greg Horn. And Jeremy Morrison doing his first draft, astutely writing down some notes. I love it. Let's get to the captains first. From the Duyes boys, Team Coutu. Going to be one of the most fun all-star teams to say. We have John Coutu, possible MVP candidate. We'll know eventually. John, what's going on, man?
Not so much. How are you, Joey?
I'm good. And from the Boston Blazers, two players in their first season, walking in the snow. What a commitment. Cory Strickland, what's up, man?
How we doing, guys?
I'm good. So just to recap what's going on, Tuesday, March 19th, All-Star Night in Rhode Island. We'll have a dunk contest, a three-point contest, and the All-Star Game. Team Coutu, Team Strickland. Those guys will start on their team. So, Cory, you're on Team Strickland. John, you're already on Team Coutu. You don't have to draft yourselves, okay? You guys are going to draft who you're going to play with. There are 7 other spots.
Alrighty.
You guys will be picking from a pool of players already voted on. So they can't pick just anybody. Spoiler, they can't pick me. No sucking up today, all right? But you guys can pick – John, how rude. Just making a face like you wouldn't pick me anyway. All right, well, you're picking from – you're picking from a pool of players that were voted on by the analysts, all right? So just like the NBA, we give you your pool of players, your all-stars. You guys get to pick who's on what team, all right? And again, the All-Star Game will be 9:30 Tuesday. March 19th, Johnson Rec Center. Before we get to the coin toss and making some picks, they do not know who the All-Stars are. We're going to reveal and draft them. We'll start with John, your first All-Star Game, your first Legacy League season. What are your expectations? You've seen the list. Again, you can say strategy without saying names, but, what are your expectations going into the draft?
I just expect it to be a good, competitive game. There's a lot of good bigs, some shooters, some players that just get after it defensively. I'm sure that I know it's the best players in the league. It's going to be a really competitive and fun game.
For sure. Cory, your first season, your first draft, your first All-Star Game, all the same stuff. What's your expectations?
So a lot of what John just said, but I just want to put together a fast team, get the job done. I like to run it, and I just want to assemble some guys that know how to move the ball around, and we can just get it done fast.
For sure.
Come out early, score some points, have a good time, though, at the same time. Everybody's, best players in the league. I'm happy to be a part of it. Happy for Rob bringing me on the team. He's out in Japan right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob. But, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, man. Going to be a lot of fun. All-Star Night's always a lot of fun. It's definitely, for fun, but you guys still want to win. So let's get to it. Start revealing these All-Stars. We're going to let John call it in the air. I do have a coin that is not double-sided. It has 2 different sides to it. We're not rigged, despite what Joey Coro likes to say. The league is not rigged, all right? John, you can call it in the air.
Coin?
Yeah, it's weighted. Don't worry. John, heads or tails in the air? I should actually flip it, huh? All right. We have tails, which means Cory is on the clock. All right, so we're going to have Team Strickland on the clock first. So, Cory, you just get to think about who you're going to pick. You're going to text it in to us. All right, and we're going to send it over to Greg and Jeremy.
I got you right now. No brainer.
All right, send it over, Cory. I'll reveal it. Greg, over to you first. How fatigued are you, Greg? How's it going over there?
I mean, I'm never fatigued. Pratt and Bazzuto always keep it entertaining. I love my legacy leagues. I'm excited. Obviously, there's a lot of Rhode Island and the CT, beef going on. So I'm glad to, bridge the barrier and be kind of, the friendly voice between the 2 leagues.
For sure. Jeremy, what do you expect to your first draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been covering this league. What are you expecting from this first pick, without saying any names, obviously, but what kind of stylistic players do you think will be the best fit in this game?
I think the first players to go are going to be some of the top scorers in the league. I think everybody wants guys that can put the ball on the floor and score anywhere, and those type of players are going to be the first to go.
All right. Greg, I'll take it over because the pick is in, and I am excited to announce the first pick in the winner 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Strickland selects Cody Crawford from Lob City. So Cody, an MVP candidate. I know it's a sore subject around John. John, you don't get to play alongside him this time. But Cody goes to Strickland. So now John, Team Coutu's on the clock with the second pick. You can text that in. We'll send it over to Greg to have Jeremy do some analysis.
All right, so I just want to say one thing. I actually know Cody Crawford. I've done a few of the 2-minute drills. That man can ball. But I'm not an expert, so I will send it over. What do you got for me?
Cody Crawford has probably the fastest release in this league, and he's probably one of the best shooters in the league, if not the best. And he likes to run. Lob City, they have a lot of scorers on the team, so you'll score a basket on them, and then 2 seconds later they're hauling it down court and getting those 2 points right back. So I'm not surprised he's the number 1 pick. I think a lot of guys would have taken him number 1. And, yeah, he's an MVP candidate. He's probably the best player on the best team. So, for sure, he's valuable.
Yeah, I mean, his release reminds me – I don't know if you guys have ever seen – his release reminds me a lot of Mike Davis. I don't think he's obviously as good as Mike Davis, but his release is maybe quicker. And it's in the words of Connor, one of my friends, it's butter. Joey, take away with the next pick.
All right, the second pick is
That's
in.
my man, first pick, butter.
There we go.
That's right.
The second pick in the winner 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Coutu tries to combat that Lob City stuff going on with Vic Pure Jr. from Lob City, one of the best dunkers in the league, one of the best defenders in the league. I'm going to share the screen really quick so we have this cool graphic going on. We do have our big board. Give me 1 second on that. Want to make sure it looks good for you guys. We do have the logo for the All-Star Game, as well as who is on what team. You guys can see there. John and Vic, Cory and Cody. Cory's back on the clock. We'll first send it to Cory so he can make a pick in a second. Cory, you took Cody Crawford first overall. What was your mindset there?
No mindset, no brainer. He plays like I do. I recognize that. I like it, and that's it.
All right, John, going with Vic. You had the second pick, but what went into that pick?
Vic's just a stud. He's a dog. He gets after it defensively. He hits threes. He dunks. I love the way he plays. Probably one of the best players in the league.
Now, were you trying to suck up before you take him on in the quarterfinals this Wednesday, John?
I don't want him locking me up.
All right, so it's like trying to be nice. All right, Greg. So Cory, text in your next pick. You're back on the clock, my dude. Greg, we'll go back over to you.
I mean, I know this guy too. He got the best hair in the league and the best mustache in the league, and that's on God. I mean, I love this. I've done many top plays, many 2-minute drills, and I absolutely love the way he plays. I love his aggressiveness. I love the way every time I see him, he's dunking, and that's what I like. Is that, as someone who's done, I started the crossover. I hate when people go in for those layups. Be a man and take a dunk, and that's what Vic does. I mean, take it away. You've seen it more than me.
Yeah, I think him and Coutu are actually they're very similar in that they can score on their own. They can score with someone else assisting them, and they can score anywhere on the court. So it's going to be really fun to see these two guys kind of take turns dominating.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree. Joey, take it away.
All right. With the third pick in the winner 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Strickland goes with Greg Bell from the Swish Kebab. So he dropped 60 in a game. We don't have to get into how he dropped 60 in a game, but Cory does go with Greg Bell, goes with some size. We're going to get to Cory later. We're going to let the draft keep on going. John, back on the clock. Just the fact that you guys were fighting over Greg Bell, who, Jeremy, I think you can shake your head. I constantly say he stinks, like quote, unquote. But, hey, can't all be right, Jeremy? Just us. We're on the right side.
What you mean. Yeah.
So John's back on the clock. He'll make a pick in a second. Back over to Greg.
Yeah, I've never seen Greg Bell play or ever heard of him. So, Jeremy, inform me.
I'm a little surprised he's taken this early, but going up and down the list, I think he's actually deserving of being in this round. Probably the best back-to-the-basket player in the league in terms of just post moves and, his size. He can dunk over guys. He can rebound. And, just as a presence socially, he's going to make you guys laugh and kind of be the unofficial leader. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how serious we're taking this, which I think will be serious. But he looks like he's a great teammate. He's going to get you guys points. Good pick.
Yeah, definitely.
I couldn't agree more. Joey, take it away with the next pick.
All right, we'll get to the captains in a second. After we'll let them do one more pick each. But the fourth pick is in. The fourth pick in the draft. Team Coutu does go with Bryan Heston of the Werewolves. So kind of gathering up those 3-and-D, do it all guys. So we'll see how that goes against Cory. Some shooting and some more traditional shooting and bigs. But it is Bryan Heston. Let me pull up that big board for you guys. Get to see who's on which team, as we do have Cory, Cody, and Greg, John, Vic, and Brian. Cory, back on the clock. So you can text your next pick in. Greg, back over to you.
Yeah, Bryan Heston. Based on the name, I'm going to go on a limb. Great three-point shooter. Jeremy, am I right?
He is a good three-point shooter. He scores in a lot of creative ways, but he's a lot better defensively than at first glance. He's really good at blocking shots, and he's got size, so he can guard some of the bigs and handle them pretty well. But he can also stay with some of the speedier guards. So he's going to give you guys a lot defensively, and if you can drive and find him in a corner, he'll hit a three.
I mean, yeah, I love that. And you guys got anything else? Right? Any captains?
No, I think he's good. I mean, we definitely had we had a problem with him. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he's solid. He scores a lot. Nice on defense. I'm happy
definitely.
With it.
Yeah. So John, give me the thinking behind that pick while we wait for Cory's pick. I know he's working on it, but yeah.
Cory probably took the biggest guy and Greg Bell. So got to combat that with another big. Well, Heston could play guard, but he's probably one of the tallest people in this league. So he's also a lockdown defender, and he gets a lot of points and dunks. So I thought it was the right pick now.
So we're waiting on Cory. All right, verbal stuff. All right, so I'll do it in real time.
We're good.
Cory returns. All right, I can multitask over here. So that's going to be the fifth pick. Make sure I get this right. With the fifth pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, that is Team Strickland. We'll take Matt Barber from the Alaskan Bullworms. So every team does have one representative. That would be 10 players. And then the other 6 players are wild card from any team. And so that is more than likely the Bullworms representative. But Matt Barber to Team Strickland. That puts John back on the clock. And Greg, back over to you.
All right. So I'm always known for throwing unorthodox questions out here. So Jeremy, got a question for you. Matt Barber. I'll put it this way. This will be a better answer. Which of these All-Stars drafted so far you think is best on the grill at a barbecue? Like, cooking burgers, dogs, coleslaw, which one you think's best on the grill? And the captains can answer too. Look, the captains can answer too if they got an answer.
Out of the 5 that have been picked, who's the best on the grill?
Yes.
I didn't write that down, but maybe somewhere here. I think Greg Bell, and I don't really have a reason for it. Best on the grill.
See, I always ask that because I ask that all the time in the Legacy League and the CT, and they always, all of them give me a million different answers on reasons why. So I always find it funny to ask. But the pick's in, Joey.
All right. This would be the 6th pick. Give me 1 second. So with the 6th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Coutu selects, here we go, Brett Cody from the Halfway Cook. So we're actually, before we're going to throw the board back up, John, let me just say, great pick. And Greg, I think Greg actually has some insight on this one. So before I send it back to Greg, Brett is one of the few players, and I'm obviously one of these players as well, just making up stats for myself, to play in both the Connecticut and the Rhode Island League. Brett Cody, Greg has seen highlights, but you know Brett a little bit. Greg, go right ahead.
Look, Brett Cody played on a team in CT by the name of the Monstars, who had this guy named Greg Langston. This guy was This guy played in Spain. He was Southern's all-time leading. Like, this guy was absurd. And Brett Cody every night looked like he belonged on the same court as Greg Langston. Brett Cody can hit from anywhere. He can drive with the best of them. And the thing I love most about Brett Cody is he never gives up. He always wants to always have that motor. I don't know about you, Jeremy, but I just love that about Brett Cody. And his brother. His brother has one of the most clutch shots in Legacy League history. Shout out Mike Cody.
There you go. Jeremy, your breakdown on the as we have the teams back up there. Brett Cody. So, team, I feel like Jeremy can attest to this. Coutu's going with, a very similar, specific type of player for this All-Star game.
I think Cody can be your go-to guy to score, but he could also be the fourth guy to hit shots and drive and dunk on you. He was in the conversation with most valuable player. He wasn't maybe the number 1 or 2 pick, but we definitely kept him in the conversation. Great pick, great player.
Yeah, and I mean, I actually really love this next pick. I remember this guy for only one reason. His jump shot, I just know the way he shoots his jumper with a little elbow. Joey, take it away.
All right, so we do have, make sure I get this right, the 7th. So with the 7th pick in the Winter 19 RI All-Star Draft, this is going to be, make sure I get this right, Team Strickland selects Geno 40 from the Werewolves. So now, Jeremy, we're going to go right back over to you. What do you think about this pick as Geno joins Team Strickland?
I think this is a good pick. Geno's probably going to be the guy to bring it down the court, just like he does with the Werewolves. You can't leave him alone shooting a 3, and you can't play too close because he's got really good handles, and he can drive by you, and then he can hit someone like Cody or Matt Barber for a 3. So he's a really good ball handler, good playmaker.
For sure, and I'll even chime in here while we have John Coutu back on the clock.
Sorry, this is rude.
Oh God, Corey's doing business over there. I'm so happy, but don't worry, Corey, you're not on the clock. You can do whatever you'd like. It's John's pick. So Geno 40 back in the All-Star game. That makes 2 Werewolves as he joins Bryan Heston, and yeah, Geno 40 is going to be one of the ones handling the ball. He's taken a ton of threes this season, and hit a fair amount of them for the Werewolves, who are going to be looking for a huge
That's my point guard.
There you go. We got it. That's my quarterback. That's my point guard. Yeah, Geno 40. Jeremy, if you want to touch on, just to give me a second to catch up, two Werewolves. We got Werewolves Boom Shakalaka coming up. Your quick thoughts on that quarterfinal matchup.
Werewolves Boom Shakalaka.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough.
Who you got? Make a pick.
I got Werewolves. I got Werewolves.
I'm going to pick Boom Shakalaka.
Okay. How come?
I'm picking Boom Shakalaka because I think Werewolves might rely a little bit too much on Geno and Heston. And I think Boom Shakalaka, even though they've had some games where they're not full lineup, they always seem to everyone steps up a little bit more. So that's why.
For sure. All right, I'm going to announce the 8th pick. We're going to get the captains back in here. If they both want to jump back on camera, we're going to ask them some questions. But with the 8th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Coutu selects Brendan O'Donnell of the Skyhookers, who has been here before. One of the players who skipped a season or 2, was in the first All-Star game, and is now back in the game. Let me reshare the screen for you that does have all the teams, who's on what team so far. We have Team Coutu, Team Strickland. Let's go back to John real quick. John, you see your team on the screen, I think?
Yes.
You also have Vic Pure Jr., Bryan Heston, Brett Cody, Brendan O'Donnell. Halfway through the draft, just about. What are your expectations on how it's gone so far? What's your reaction?
Honestly, I think I've got some steals. I think I've had a pretty good draft so far. We're really quick. We're gonna run, and I got some dudes that can lock up defensively. So I know there's not traditionally too much defense in All-Star games, but we got some good defenders here.
For sure. Hey, Corey, you there? Corey there? Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Hey, don't reveal your next pick, but so far you have Cody, Greg Bell, Matt Barber, Geno 40. What do you like about your team so far?
I think I got the best 5.
Okay. Nice and easy.
Kidding.
I think I got the best 5.
No, everybody's a great player.
Yeah,
I just think I just try to grab one from every position. You know what I mean? And definitely Greg's going to be the center. Definitely Geno's going to be the point guard. Everything else will fall into place after that. Me and Cody shooting the threes. I think you got everything under control right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Jeremy, any feedback so far on what you're seeing from the teams so far that are drafted?
Yeah, we kind of skipped over Matt Barber, but the 1 or 2 games I saw him play, he was super fun to watch. And rumor has it he can dunk on a 10-foot rim. And that doesn't surprise me because he's kind of an underrated guy that can really explode off the dribble and just throw it down. And he was a league leader in points per game. So he's a little bit of a sleeper all-star, but Matt Barber is so good.
All right, and before we get to the next pick, so John is technically back on the clock because Cory already made his pick. Greg, anything from social media world out there? I know you're tweeting and everything. Nobody's reacted yet.
Everyone's favoriting and retweeting their personal team. The Alaskan Bullworms actually tweeted most points per game, I think, towards Matt Barber. I'm not sure if they tweeted that. There it is. Look, I've never seen these guys, but I can tell you, I'm a big fan of going off names, and Matt Barber sounds like he can ball.
Sounds like he can cut hair, too.
Baller name.
Yeah, very literal. Yes. Tweet in. We got someone on social media. Keep an eye on that. But with the 9th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Strickland selects Lucas Martin from Boom Shakalaka. So Lucas, again, returns to the All-Star landscape. First member of Boom Shakalaka. Jeremy, back over to you in that pick as Lucas Martin comes off the board.
Yeah, I think him and Geno are going to be the subs for each other because they both can bring the ball up the court and they can let it fly from even farther than the three-point line. So I think with those, if not to tell Cory what to do, but I would stagger those guys and make sure both or one of the two are out at the same time.
Right, staggering those minutes. And as we wait for John, Greg, do you have any other questions for Jeremy over there besides the I love the barbecue question?
I asked Jeremy, excuse me. If you could choose for a 3-on-3 tournament 2 of the players that were drafted or ready to play with, who would you choose?
Ooh. Me personally, I think I would choose Greg Bell for size, and then on the spot, Cody Crawford, just because he's so good. Actually, no, I think John Coutu. I would pick John to play with.
Interesting. Appreciate that.
All right. Do you have another pick in? This is going to be the 10th pick. With the 10th pick, and it is John. All right. With the 10th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Coutu selects Tyler Barbosa from the Swiss squad. Let me bring these teams back up. And then what I'll also do for you guys, I know you guys are on the phones over there, my captains. Let me send you guys, the captains only, a list of players that are left. But Jeremy, you want to break down this Tyler Barbosa pick?
Yeah, I was waiting for Tyler to be picked because I think he, kind of like what I said about Matt Barber, he's a little underrated. He can hit the three, and he's a really good passer. He might not average the most assists per game compared to a few other guys. But just by the eye test, he's so good at the pick and roll and just finding guys. So he's a good pick. I thought I'd go a little higher, but he's in the All-Star game.
He's a dark horse.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Barbosa made a run last season in the I'm about to give away a pick. Barbosa made a run in the three-point contest last season. Hey, Cory, where are you moving to? Where are you at?
I'm right here.
No, I know, but like physically, where are you?
I'm at the Cheesecake Factory.
Nice. That's a first. I love it. What are you going to take from the Cheesecake Factory when doing your draft? What are you trying to get out? Like, why'd you choose the Cheesecake Factory?
Why did I choose the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good luck.
Okay. All right. We do have another pick in, Cory. I appreciate it. So, with the 11th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Strickland selects Greg Holt from Lob City. So that'll be the third member.
That was me for a second. I was like,
very close. Greg H, very close. The third member of Lob City gone today. Jeremy, I know Greg's doing other stuff over there. We're going to go back to social media, Greg, in a second. Jeremy, Greg Holt, I know he's missed a couple weeks. He goes 11 to Team Strickland. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be guys that you think should have gone higher because they're all so good. Greg Holt, it's been a while since I've seen him, but I want to say he had a triple-double, or he had something close to a triple-double. So he's going to give it, even though he's a smaller guard, he's going to do everything for you, hit threes, find open guys. So good find. For
sure. And we have another pick in. I muted Cory for a second just so I don't get in trouble with the YouTube police. We do have – this is going to be the 12th pick. And then Cory gets to make a pick, and then John gets whoever's left. So there we go. So the draft is almost complete. But the 12th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, this is going to be Team Coutu selects Mark Belleville from Boom Shakalaka. And so the second Boom Shakalaka member gone, Lucas Martin, Mark Belleville. Belleville goes 12th. Jeremy, you were big on Boom Shakalaka, especially these two players. What do you think of Mark joining Team Coutu as I bring the teams back up here for you guys?
I like Mark a lot. He's kind of a sneaky rebounder. He's not like the tallest guy. He's not going to kill you by blowing by you. But he's so good at just kind of scooping it up and then laying it in. And I always think he's gonna get blocked or something, but he can always find the bucket. So he's a really good scorer. He averages close to 20 a game, and I think he'll probably come off the bench. But he's one of the leaders on a really good Boom Shakalaka team.
He uses his body extremely well when he goes. He was bodying the heck out of me.
For sure. We're going to get to the captains very, very soon. They've been patient and quiet. I love it. Greg, anything from social media? The last two picks are in, so we're going to wrap this up and then have some time for captains. Greg, what are you seeing on Twitter? Anything good?
Again, it's a lot of people riding their own teams, and let me tell you, some teams are very happy about getting some All-Stars. I will say that, I think a lot of teams, for a team like Lob City, it's kind of like, oh, they got 3, whatever. But for some of these teams, it's honestly an honor for some of them to get an all-star nod. So it's really cool to see them, really be excited about the nod.
For sure. Greg, do you have any other questions for Jeremy before we wrap this up? Any other?
Jeremy, best dunker in the All-Star game.
Ooh.
Best dunker in the All-Star game. Ooh. In-game.
In-game.
I'm going to have to go with Brett Cody just because I have a larger sample size. Matt Barber's up there, though.
Vic.
Okay. What about best shooter?
Yeah, best shooter. I think Cody Crawford is the best.
All right.
It's a little bit easier to answer.
Yeah, we're going to get to the captains. Let's reveal these last two All-Stars. We'll get Cory back in here. We'll get John in here. We'll let you guys ask him some questions. But the 13th pick in the Winter 19 Rhode Island All-Star Draft, Team Strickland selects Rocco Lombardi from the Pizza Rolls. 14th pick, Team Coutu selects Jared Hansen from the Halfway Crooks. I want to unmute Cory. Cory, I muted you. I don't know how to unmute you. Cory's gone. Greg, do you know how to unmute him? Oh, geez, he's muted forever. Cory,
you hear me?
We did it. Hi, this is on me.
Hey,
Cory,
what's up?
You have to go. Quickly, about your team. I'm going to put it back up on the screen for you. Any last words about your team? We got your team up here. We have Rocco, Greg, Lucas, Geno, Matt, Greg Bell, 2 Gregs, Cody Crawford, and yourself. What do you think about how your team is coached out?
I think we got 2 great teams. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we definitely went back and forth and took the best 6 guys right away. And, after that, it's anybody's game. Anybody can play great on any given night, and I think we're gonna have a good starting lineup together against each other. And then,
for sure.
It's 8-on-8. You got plenty of depth. It's not going to be a 5-person, 6-person night. So I think it's going to be a great game. Whoever wants it more is going to win it.
For sure. Cory, couple things before I let you go. Thank you for joining us. I know I speak for
absolutely, fellas.
Good job. I'll see you Wednesday. Where if you just wanted to have an off game, that'd be cool. On behalf of Halfway Crooks, and
let's get it, Blazers.
I think hey, Coutu, I'll kick you out of here faster.
Listen, we only lost by 8. Hey, we only lost by 8. I get a lot more than that.
And I think I speak for everybody here, Cory, when I say have some cheesecake for us, okay?
All right, I will definitely.
All right, Cory, I'm gonna get you out of here. Thank you very much. Appreciate
it, Cory.
We're gonna see you. We're gonna talk to John over here, and then Jeremy, you can ask John some questions as well. Cory obviously had bigger things to do than Legacy League's draft. I mean, I get it. Cheesecake. Yeah, right. John, draft's complete. I can put the teams back up here for you real quick, and for our viewers. What do you think of your team so far?
My team, I like my team a lot. We got a good mix of size, shooters, people that get to the rack. One thing I really wanted was people that play defense and people that have good motors that just play the whole game. Just go hard, and that's what I think I got.
I think I will say officially, I'm jealous I'm not on that team. I think I can't wait to see Jeremy's opinion on what team he likes more. Let's do it. I mean, I'm biased to Team Coutu when you draft both of my guys. That's who I'm going to be rooting for. Jeremy, which team? I mean, you're a little more unbiased. Which team do you like, Jeremy? Team Strickland, Team Coutu?
I think I like Team Coutu a little bit more because I think John and Vic, those two guys, are two of the top 5 players in the league on their own, and I think they're going to run a lot. One of my questions for John, though, is do you think you're going to have someone like Bryan, who's the tallest on your team, guard Greg Bell, or someone like Brett Cody, who's pretty tenacious defensively, guard big Greg?
I mean, that's to be determined, I guess, when we get there. But I think I'm confident with either one of them. I got them both because I know that they both lock up. I know I didn't talk about Brett Cody, but watching him, I love the way he plays. He hits threes, he gets dunks, he runs the whole game, and he straps up too. So I think we'll be fine. I know Greg Bell's really good and he's really big, but we got some good defenders.
So hey, especially now that Cory's not here. And I doubt he's going to rewatch this, right? Cory wasn't there last time the Blazers played the Halfway Crooks.
Ooh.
Brett Cody was. Brett Cody was disappointed. Cory Strickland was not there.
I like that. That's a good mindset.
The Blazers played the Halfway Crooks. So I wish I could have gave Cory some warning. I feel bad that he's going to be facing Brett all night Wednesday. But just goes to your point. Brett's a hustler, man. And I mean, Greg Horn can speak to that as well. I
think me and Brett play quite similar. We just run a lot. And I definitely wanted to take him.
For sure. Jeremy, any other questions for John?
That's it for me. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be really competitive, unlike the NBA AllStar Game. I'm looking forward to it.
John, any last words? I mean, your overall opinion of how things went tonight.
I think they went great. I mean, we didn't talk about everybody, but I think I got a good couple point guards in Barbosa and ODonnell. I think the two of them are probably the two most true point guards in the league. They really set people up, and they can both knock down shots too. So that's good. And Belleville, like we said, he uses his body well. I just think I got a good squad. I'm riding with them.
Yeah. You're gonna. This is gonna be so mean. I just can't wait to make Cruz mad.
Hey, he's the best coach of all time.
When you're, shout
out TK. TK, I love you.
I know they were calling him Coach K. It was so funny. But I was gonna make an MVP joke on how you might actually be able to win the MVP now that you're on a good team.
Oh, I don't like that. We might not have the best record, but shout out to Duyes boys. We got grit. Don't ever count us out. Hey, it's the playoffs. It's a new season. We're 1-0 in the playoffs.
I saw that. Greg Horn, if you want to do something really funny real quick, if you go to the Duyes boys Twitter, they have their record, which is it is what it is. It's all in good fun and joke.
Losses for a young.
I get it. Yes, that is all very true. But they have like playoff record 1-0. I love it. It's very true. The playoffs start this week.
It's a new season. We just dropped like 4 really close games. We got a win going on right now, Joey, I'm saying you're a hater right now.
Where's the Anferducci vote? No one put Anferducci in the game?
I know.
Can I take
Verducci
on
here?
my bench?
Have Verducci come to the All-Star game in CT. I'll get him a
Can
spot.
I get my whole
Brzezinski
team
will hook
on
him
my
up.
bench?
We can see. No, I'm not trying to be a hater, Coutu. You guys are good. I wasn't a fan. Let's hash it out. I wasn't a fan. After you guys lose to the Crooks by 15, you're like, oh, we locked them down. We played zone.
Hey, you scored like 50
Greg Horn, they played 2-2 zone.
And
2-2.
We were wide open.
First
we were
time
wide
in my life I've been
open,
the tallest
and
person
we
on the
missed shots. No, I know. Yeah, you guys are small. And, hey, you made it work against big. Like, no, I give you – you made it work more than I thought you guys would, very seriously. But
wow, this is like the nicest trash talk I've ever heard.
Have you seen when we try to go, man? It was
nice
to see.
But to say that you guys locked up the halfway Crooks, the one loss half, you guys locked it.
I'll back that up.
We were 2 open.
There's no way you scored under 60 in any other game.
Oh, geez. So he's trying to find stats to back up his zone.
I'm pretty sure you guys scored 8 in one quarter.
God.
Yeah, I mean, listen, those all sound like facts, John.
Exactly. I mean, we couldn't even score. We scored even less, but we did lock you up. You guys locked us up even more.
Okay.
But
I think locked up is
we got
around.
We got good. Don't count us out.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, got to test against Lob City, Jeremy.
Oh, absolutely.
Lob City and the Duyes boys, one of those games to watch this week. Quarterfinals going down. Jeremy, thank you very much. Very good job.
Thank you, Joey.
Greg Horn, any last words from Twitter?
Nothing. Actually, there was a few words. I believe Boom Shakalaka. A few teams were, a little upset about players falling in the draft.
Oh.
I know that Alaska Bullworm said, I have no idea who this is, Aaron. I don't know who Aaron is. I don't know if he's in there.
Pretty sure he runs that account, so he's just.
Oh, nope, there it is. We got a Brzezinski on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got my guy, Verducci. Get him in the All-Star game. That's all I gotta say.
Verducci to the ASG.
Right. I already said thanks to Cory, but so seriously now, I appreciate the captains coming on, spending a half hour picking some teams. It makes All-Star night fun. John, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Joey.
Looking forward to All-Star night. Dunk contest, 3-point contest, All-Star game, Team Coutu, Team Strickland, March 19th, Tuesday, the Johnson Rec Center. Teams are out. We're going to be announcing some more awards, the 3-point contest, dunk contest. But thank you for watching. And
sorry to those that slipped, but I'm riding with my squad for the All-Star game and the Duyes boys.
Watch
out. Halfway, got nothing on us.
All right.
Verducci, All-Star.
Thank God we're on the other side of the bracket. Thank God we're on opposite sides of the bracket. All right.
Joey.
See you, boys.